Now, the last bomb exploded in Nkambe, which is a heavy militarized town, and that has called for concern on the CPDM of Nkambe elite and the Colonial Law Republic to Cameroon military, who claim to be in control of Nkambe, are charged with full responsibility because Law Republic to Cameroon and its self-aggrandizement CPDM studios will not continue to fool all the people all the time. Now, from information gathered, Nkambe, unlike all other towns in the southern Cameroon, enjoys a heavy presence of the military, with the battalion seat not too far from the ceremonial grounds. The presence of the La République du Cameroon Gendarmerie and the police forces elements to assure and ensure the local population not to panic even with or without the announcement of an invasion. Now, no man in his rightful mind will argue that the Ambazonian war that morphed into a full-fledged armed conflict, which has ravaged the entire territory of the southern Cameroons for 7 years and now getting into its 8th year, has not affected Nkambe as every other local government area in this war-torn Ambazonia. And why is that?
Well, now because of this heavy presence of the military, schools have not been closed in Nkambe, unlike in other places. Because of the assurance of military protection, Nkambe has witnessed an influx of school children trooping in from other restive areas within and without the northern zone of Ambazonia. As it is tradition in the Cameroons, every ceremonial ground where an official event has to take place usually benefits from the presence of a deployment of uniformed officers, sometimes mixed soldiers, gendarmes, and the police armed to the teeth, controlling the land, most especially the ceremonial ground, checking and cross-checking passers-by in such a way that even a fly cannot penetrate, according to reports. But the big question here is what happened in the Nkambe ceremonial grandstand, where it was guarded very heavily and militarily, where there was a ceremony going on, but somehow there was a penetration.
The question is, has the military in Nkambe become so used to the supposed peace that reigns and forgotten to be on alert to guarantee the security of persons and properties? If the military has not gone back to their tradition of harassing women and girls on the pretext that there is no war in Nkambe, well, they should have known the military should be held responsible and accountable for the bomb blasts that led to the loss of lives, amputation, and severe injuries inflicted on innocent denizens on the so-called Youth Day of 11th February. The Colonial Law Republic to Cameroon military, which had misled the world that they were and are still in control of affairs in Nkambe in particular, and Dongan Machu County in general, must tell the truth about what happened on that fateful day of 11th February 2024. If there are groups of people benefiting from the 7-year war of independence in Nkambe, then there are the CPDM and then there are the military. The latter, with the complicity of the former, have been exploiting the predicament of the people by using their military vehicles in transporting passengers and goods from Nkambe to Bafoussam at a cutthroat rate, a distance that used to be 5,000 francs CFA before the war rose to 20,000 francs CFA and sometimes more, even without luggage, manipulating the people and taking advantage of the situation.
Oh, well, information also has it that the military has equally been using their trucks to transport outlawed beer from brasseries in Bafoussam to Nkambe, where they supply to retailers and wholesalers, and some of the military men are bar owners in Nkambe, feeding fat on the blood of innocent denizens. While in Nkambe and environs, the beer they buy in Bafoussam at 600 francs CFA is supplied by the very occupier forces, who are full-fledged businessmen now in Nkambe and sell at 1,000 francs CFA per bottle, except for a few other drinks that are even sold for more expensive. Now, from these entirety of this, one deduces that the military makes brisk business since the vehicles are not stopped at checkpoints to make some financial settlements, coupled with the fact that they do not pay any taxes in complicity with the CPDM failed corrupt government.
Meanwhile, the CPDM elite in Nkambe and Dungan Martin have told the world that Cameroon is one and indivisible under President Biya, and that they want Paul Biya, who is, by the way, 91 years old, to be their president for life. In all this, the presence of money bags in Nkambe and the public display and distribution carried out by Gala Gerald to entice the youth to come out in March raises lots of eyebrows. Now the question is, if Nkambe truly enjoys peace, why entice or bribe the people to show fake solidarity? While you're trying to answer that, if Nkambe is for President Biya's life presidency, the population needs not to be coerced to show fake money-coated patriotism. Do you even agree with us?
Well, after 42 years, President Paul Biya has not constructed a road in his native Mvomeka, and Nkambe has no road as well, no water, no electricity, no hospital. Even the hospitals that are there have no medication, equipment, or even personnel. Reason why critical cases are always airlifted to Bamenda. The law for Biya should not be by duress because of a few self-seeking individuals. Let the Nkambe military and the CPDM tell the truth about the origin of the bomb. In fact, the CPDMs believe that they are doing well and are safe in their nation. Well, it will not be long before the bombshell and total anarchy hits the nation, and the CPDM faithful will have no place to run or hide, even with their double or triple nationalities and fraudulent money. Now, those Western nations would definitely have to cough out all of the money and hand them over as diplomatic pawns, or to reestablish good relations with the new era. Well, they say every dog has its own day. Enough is enough, and you cannot fool the people all of the time.